The battlefield was very quiet now. Many men had died. The war was over. The ground was full of blood. Swords and shields were broken. Ned Stark stood in the middle. His clothes were dirty. His face was tired. He looked at the sky. The sun was going down. The sky was red like fire. Sir Davos walked to him. He said, "Lord Stark, what will we do now?" Ned did not answer fast. He thought for a moment. King Robert Baratheon was dead. The crown had no king now. People were scared. Many lords were fighting. The land needed a new king. Ned looked at the Iron Throne. It was far away in King's Landing. It was the seat of power. It was made of swords, sharp and cold. "I never wanted to be king," Ned said. "But you are the only man who can bring peace," said Sir Davos. "You are honest. People trust you." Then came Sir Brynden Tully, Catelyn's uncle. "You can unite the North and the South," he said. "If you become king, maybe the fighting will stop." Ned closed his eyes. He thought about Winterfell. He missed Catelyn. He missed Robb, Sansa, Arya, Bran, and little Rickon. He did not want power, but he wanted peace. "If I take the throne," he said slowly, "it will not be for power. It will be for justice and for the people." Sir Davos smiled. "Then let us help you. Let us show the people that you are a true king." The next day, Ned and his men started the journey to King's Landing. They passed broken towns. Houses were on fire. Children were crying. People were hungry and sick. Ned gave them food. He gave them water. He told his men to help the people. "We will build a better world," he said. At the gates of King's Landing, the gold cloaks opened the doors. They knew Ned Stark. They respected him. Ned walked into the Red Keep. The Iron Throne stood in front of him. Sharp, strong, cold. He walked to it. His heart beat fast. He sat on the throne. It was hard and heavy, but he sat tall. The people of King's Landing came to see him. They cheered. "Long live King Stark!" Ned raised his hand. "No more lies, no more war," he said. "This is a new time, a time of truth, a time of fire and justice." And so Ned Stark became king. The North and South were united, but many people were not happy. Cersei Lannister was watching from a dark room. Her eyes were cold. Her heart was full of hate. "This is not the end," she said. "This is only the beginning." Ned Stark was now the king of the Seven Kingdoms, but being king was not easy. Every day, people came to the Red Keep to ask for help. Farmers wanted food, lords wanted land, poor people asked for peace. Ned listened to them all. He did not shout. He did not laugh. He listened with care. He made fair rules. He helped the poor. He punished bad men. People started to love him. They called him the Good King, but not everyone was happy. Queen Cersei was still in the castle. She had lost power when Robert died. Now Ned was king, and she was only a guest. She hated him. She wanted her son Joffrey to be king. She believed her family, the Lannisters, should rule. She walked to the throne room. Her golden hair shined. She wore red. Her face was calm, but her heart was angry. "You sit on the throne now, Ned Stark," she said. "But for how long?" Ned looked at her. "As long as I bring peace," he said. She smiled, but it was a cold smile. "Peace is not easy in this place." Later, Ned met with his council. Sir Davos, Maester Luwin, Sir Brynden and others sat at the big table. "We need to stop the Lannister army in the west," said Sir Brynden. "They still fight under Tywin Lannister." "Then we must send a raven," said Maester Luwin. "Ask for peace." Ned shook his head. "Tywin does not listen to ravens. He only listens to fire." The next day, Ned sent Robb Stark with 10,000 men to the west. "Take back the land," he said, "but no killing of the weak. We are not like them." Robb bowed. "Yes, father." Robb rode out like a true wolf. The people cheered for him. Back in King's Landing, Sansa and Arya arrived from Winterfell. They had traveled a long way with Catelyn. When Ned saw them, his face changed. He smiled. For a moment he was not king. He was just a father. Arya hugged him tight. "You look old," she said. He laughed. "I feel old." Catelyn looked around. "This place is full of snakes," she said. "Yes," Ned said, "but now the wolf sits on the throne." But danger was growing. Across the narrow sea, Daenerys Targaryen was watching. She had dragons now. She had heard that Ned Stark was king. She clenched her fists. "The throne is mine," she said. "Fire and blood." She looked at her dragons. They were growing fast. One of them breathed fire in the sky. In the cold north, Jon Snow stood at the wall. He looked out at the snow. Something was moving in the dark. He felt afraid. "Winter is coming," he whispered. He did not know yet that the real enemy was not in King's Landing. It was beyond the wall. King Ned Stark was doing his best, but trouble was everywhere. One morning, Sir Davos came to the throne room in a hurry. "Your Grace," he said, "Robb has sent a raven. He won the battle in the west." Ned smiled. "Good. Is he safe?" "Yes," said Sir Davos, "but he says Tywin Lannister escaped." Ned frowned. Tywin was smart and very rich. He would not give up so easily. "Tell Robb to come home," Ned said. "We need him here now." While the north was strong, the south was not in Dorne. The Martells were angry. They still remembered Princess Elia, who was killed in the war. They did not like Ned Stark ruling the land, and in the east, Daenerys Targaryen was planning to take the throne. She had 3 dragons now, big, loud, full of fire. She sat with her army and said, "Ned Stark is a good man, but he took what is. Mine, I will take it back." Her men shouted fire and blood, but back in King's Landing, people were happy. The markets were full. Children played in the streets. There was food and songs and laughter. Arya trained with a sword in the yard. She was fast and wild. Sansa sat with her mother, learning how to be a lady. But one day a man came to the Red Keep. He wore gold and red. His name was Sir Loras Tyrell. He knelt before Ned and said, "The Tyrells want peace, but we also want marriage. Sansa should marry my brother, Sir Willas." Ned looked at Sansa. She blushed. Catelyn whispered, "The Tyrells are powerful." Ned thought, "I will speak with my daughter. Then I will decide." Later that night, Ned sat alone in the throne room. The fire was low. Shadows danced on the stone walls. He thought about his father, about Winterfell, about the cold north. He was tired. Suddenly, Varys, the spider, walked in. "I bring news," he said. "Speak," Ned said. "The Queen Mother, Cersei, she is sending secret letters to the east, to Daenerys." Ned stood up fast. "She is calling the dragon girl?" "Yes," said Varys. "She wants war. She wants the throne back." Ned felt fire in his heart. "She will bring dragons to my land, to my people." Varys looked serious. "Winter is coming, Your Grace, but fire is coming too." Ned walked to the window. The night was dark. He looked up at the stars. "I wanted peace," he said softly, "but now I must rule with fire." The next morning, King Ned Stark called a big meeting in the throne room. All the lords and ladies came. Sir Davos, Sir Brynden, Maester Luwin, Queen Catelyn, and even Tyrion Lannister were there. Yes, Tyrion had come from the west. He said he wanted peace. "I know my sister Cersei is planning something," he said, "but I am not like her. I want to help." Ned looked at Tyrion. He had small legs but a big mind. "You are clever," Ned said, "but can I trust you?" Tyrion smiled. "Only one way to find out." Then Ned stood up. "I have heard Cersei is sending letters to Daenerys Targaryen. She wants war. She wants the dragons to burn us all." The room went quiet. "We must act now," Ned said. "We must stop the fire before it comes." Maester Luwin said, "Daenerys is far away. Her dragons are still young." Varys shook his head. "No, they grow fast, and they do not wait for winter." Ned looked at his map. We will send a team across the sea. We must talk to Daenerys. Maybe, just maybe, we can stop her." "Who will go?" asked Ser Davos. "I will," said Tyrion. Everyone turned to him. "She will not trust a Stark," Tyrion said, "but she may listen to a Lannister who does not lie." Ned nodded. "Then take men with you. Go fast. Find the Dragon Queen. Tell her we don't want war, but we are ready for it." As Tyrion left, danger was already close. In the Red Keep, Cersei was angry. She had tried to poison Sansa, but the cup went to Arya instead. Arya got very sick. She could not stand. She cried. In her bed, Ned sat with her. He held her hand. "Papa," she whispered. "I'm cold." Ned's heart broke. "Stay strong, little wolf," he said. "You are my fire." Maester Luwin gave her medicine. "She will live," he said, "but only if we stop the poison from coming again." Ned stood up. "Enough," he said. He walked into Cersei's room with guards. "You hurt my daughter," he said. "That was your last mistake." Cersei laughed. "Do it, kill me." But Ned was calm. "No, I will not kill you," he said. "You will go to the Black Cells, and you will stay there until the sun forgets to rise." She screamed, but the guards took her away. The people cheered. They were tired of the Lannisters, but far away, on a ship at sea, Tyrion looked at the sky. He saw a shadow. It was big. It had wings. It was one of Daenerys's dragons. The war was coming, and fire would fall from the sky. Tyrion's ship reached the land across the sea. He and his guards walked into a hot, dry place. People watched them. They wore strange clothes and spoke in a different tongue. But Tyrion had gold, and he had words. He found Daenerys Targaryen. She was sitting on a high chair. Her silver hair shone in the sun. A small dragon sat on her shoulder. Its eyes were red like fire. "Who are you?" she asked. Tyrion bowed. "I am Tyrion Lannister. I come from King Ned Stark." Daenerys frowned. "Stark? The man who took my throne." Tyrion raised his hands. "He didn't take it. He saved the land. He brought peace." Daenerys stood. "That throne is mine by blood. My father was the king," Tyrion said slowly. "Your father burned people alive. Ned stopped him." The dragon hissed. It smelled danger, but Tyrion kept speaking. "Daenerys, if you bring war, many will die, even children." Daenerys looked sad for a second, but then she said, "Sometimes fire must burn to make new life." Back in King's Landing, Arya got better. She walked again. She trained with her sword. She was angry now, more than ever. "She tried to kill me," she told her father. "Cersei must pay." "She already has," Ned said. "Now we must focus on the real threat." Robb Stark returned from the west. He hugged Arya and Sansa. Then he met with his father. "Dragons?" Robb asked. "Can we fight them?" "We must try," Ned said, "but only if they attack." Then news came. A raven flew into the castle. It said, "She is coming, with ships, with soldiers, with fire." Daenerys was sailing to Westeros. Her dragons flew above the ships. The sea boiled under their wings. Ned stood on the castle walls. The sky turned dark, even in the morning. "We must call the banners," he said, "all of them. Lords from every land came. From the Vale, the Riverlands, the Reach, and even the Iron Islands. They all stood behind Ned. "We follow the wolf," they said, "not the dragon." In the middle of all this, Jon Snow arrived from the wall. He looked older now, colder. "White walkers are real," he said. "I have seen them." Ned hugged him. "I believe you." Jon looked around. "But you also have a war with dragons coming." "Yes," Ned said. "Fire from the sky, ice from the north, and we are in the middle." Jon said, "Then we fight both, or we die." Ned put a hand on Jon's shoulder. "Then we fight." The sky was full of smoke. From the top of the Red Keep, King Ned Stark saw the dragons. 1, 2, 3. They flew high and fast. Their wings made the clouds move. Their fire burned the air. "They are here," Sir Davos said. "Daenerys has come." People in King's Landing screamed. They ran in the streets. Mothers held their children. Bells rang loud. "Keep the gates shut," Ned said. "We will not attack first." But Daenerys did not wait. Her ships reached the land. Her army was big. The Dothraki rode horses like the wind. The Unsullied stood like statues, and she stood in front, wearing silver armor. "Take me to the Iron Throne," she said, "or burn." But Ned sent a raven. He asked for a meeting, a parley, to talk before war. Daenerys agreed. The next day on Dragonstone Hill they met. Ned came with Jon Snow, Robb Stark, and Sir Davos. Daenerys came with her guards and 2 dragons behind her. Ned stepped forward. "You do not need to do this," he said. Daenerys looked angry. "I am the true queen. You sit on my throne." Ned said, "If I leave, the land will fall into war again." Daenerys pointed at Jon. "He is a Targaryen too. His name is Aegon. He should be king." Everyone turned to look at Jon. Jon looked shocked. "I don't want the throne," he said. "I took my vows at the wall." Daenerys said, "Then move, and let me take what is mine." Ned said slowly, "I will not fight unless I must. But if you attack my people, I will stop you." The dragons growled. Fire came from their mouths. Daenerys looked at her army. She gave no answer. She turned and left. That night, King's Landing prepared for war. Archers stood on the walls. Soldiers guarded every gate. People hid in their homes. Catelyn prayed. Sansa held Arya's hand. Jon Snow stood by the gate. His sword was ready. Then in the dark sky came the dragons. The battle had begun. One dragon flew low and burned the ships. Another came toward the castle. But from the tower, Robb Stark shot a giant arrow. It hit the dragon in the wing. The beast screamed and fell. The people cheered. But Daenerys was angry now. She rode her last dragon straight toward the Red Keep. Fire came like a river from its mouth. Ned stood tall. He raised his sword. "Hold the line!" he shouted. The North did not. Run. They fought and they burned. The sky turned red. Flames danced on the castle walls. Daenerys flew over the city on her last dragon. She looked down with burning eyes. The streets of King's Landing were on fire. Many people ran. Some cried. Some prayed. But Ned Stark stood. Tall, he did not move. He did not run. He looked up at the dragon, his sword in hand, his heart full of fire. "Come then," he said. "Face me." The dragon roared. It flew lower. Its mouth opened. Fire came fast like a river of light. But just before the fire hit the throne room, Jon Snow jumped in front with his sword. Longclaw, he shouted, "No!" The dragon saw him. It stopped. It looked at Jon with big eyes. It smelled him. Jon was a Targaryen too. It did not burn him. Daenerys was confused. She flew down and landed near the Red Keep. Jon walked to her. "Stop this," he said. "You are hurting people." She shook her head. "They will love me when I win." Jon said, "If you must burn children to rule, then you are not my queen." Daenerys raised her hand to give the dragon a command. But before she could speak, an arrow flew from a tower, Arya. She had climbed high and aimed her little bow. The arrow hit Daenerys in the chest. She fell from the dragon. The city went quiet. The dragon cried a loud, sad sound. It stood over her body. Then it looked at the Iron Throne. With one breath, it burned the throne to ash. Fire took the swords. The seat of kings melted like snow. Ned Stark walked in. He looked at the ashes of the throne. "It is done," he said. "Robb came with soldiers. The city is safe," he said. "She is gone." Jon fell to his knees. He held Daenerys' hand. "She wanted peace," he said, "but she chose fire." Ned placed a hand on Jon's shoulder. "Sometimes we must lose good people," Ned said, "to stop bad choices." That night the sky was dark. No more dragons flew. But far in the north, a Colder danger moved in silence. The dead were coming, and winter was here. Snow fell from the sky, white, soft, quiet. But the land was not quiet anymore. The White Walkers had come. In the north, castles had fallen. Wildlings were running south. The dead walked on cold feet. They had blue eyes, no hearts, no fear. Jon Snow knew it was time. He called a meeting in the great hall of Winterfell. Ned Stark sat beside him. Robb stood with the northern lords. Arya and Sansa sat near the fire. Catelyn watched with a sad face. Jon said, "The true war is here now. It is not for the throne, it is for life." Ned stood, his face was strong. "We fought fire, now we fight ice. We will not run." They sent ravens to every kingdom. From the Vale came knights, from the Riverlands came archers, even the Ironborn sent ships. The land was tired of war, but this war was for everyone. Then, one night, the White Walkers reached Winterfell. Snow covered the ground. The wind howled. Jon Snow stood at the front, his sword in hand, Ghost his direwolf beside him. Ned Stark stood on the wall. He held a horn in one hand. He blew it loud. Boom! The gates opened. The dead rushed in, but the north was ready. Fire arrows flew, swords clashed. Arya moved fast like a shadow. Robb shouted commands. Sansa led people to safe rooms. Catelyn cared for the hurt. Even the old maester helped. Then the Night King came, tall, cold, silent. He walked through fire like it was snow. Jon ran to him. They fought. Blades clashed. Ice and steel, but the Night King was too strong. He pushed Jon down. Then Ned Stark walked in. He held an old sword from Winterfell. He looked at Jon. "For Winterfell," he said, and he charged. The Night King turned. Their swords hit once, twice. Then Ned stabbed him through the chest. The Night King screamed. He turned to dust. All the dead froze, then they fell. Silence. Only the wind moved. Winterfell had won. The war was over. In the morning, the sun rose again. Ned stood with his family. Snow melted under his boots. He looked at the sky. "No more fire, no more ice," he said. "Now we rebuild." And so King Ned Stark ruled not with fire, not with fear, but with wisdom. The throne was gone, but the people stood tall, and the song of ice and fire finally came to peace.